What's happening, Raptors Digest? We're back, another game day. Raptors taking on the Cavs. We're 6-3, they're 5-4. This has kind of turned out to be a way bigger Eastern Conference showdown than anyone might have anticipated at the beginning of the season. Two really good young rosters. I got my bets up there in the top left corner of the screen. Kind of went with a more risque bet this time. Gary Trent Jr. to make 3 3-pointers. Doesn't happen a ton, but I had a gut feeling. Just like I had a gut feeling that Fred would go out and score 20. There's no promises in this betting game. You guys know how it goes, but I'm feeling nice about my bet. Gary Trent gets the first basket of the game, a 3-pointer, so we're starting off hot here, man. But Evan Mobley with a nice and one right there. Anybody already in the chat, what's up? Thank you guys for tuning in. This should be a really fun game. Raptors are 2-3 at home, undefeated on the road. Hoping we can become 3-3, at least 500 on our own court. But, I mean, undefeated on the road is a crazy stat in its own right. If you guys have any bets tonight, let me know in the chat. I'm curious to hear them. And let's get this thing underway, man. 5-5, Cleveland and Toronto, first quarter. Let's get this. Mobley is quietly having a great rookie campaign, by the way. I think he's second right now as a favorite to win Rookie of the Year behind Scottie. So the rookie face-off tonight will be a big storyline in what's going on. Gary misses from the mid-range. That's all right. It wasn't from 3. Yeah, Jenfro in the chat right now pointing out the Rookie of the Year race is on. We got it right in front of our eyes. This is so exciting. Bueno Kitty, another regular in the chat saying JTJ feeling it already. You love to see that. And, just a little side comment on the bets here. Guys, please, gamble responsibly, Like, I throw these out to have fun with, right? Like, I'm not putting crazy money. OG in transition with a jam. I'm not throwing crazy money on this, right? This is just, it intensifies the storyline of the game a bit, makes the watching party a bit more fun, but, this is not financial advice. We're hot right now, but you got to remember, this is all about fun, not about investing or anything, right? That's not how you make money. It's not gambling. The house will always win eventually, but let's have some fun here. Let me know if you're tailing bets or you have any of your own. Ooh, Cleveland misses a 3 there. Precious is looking nice so far. I think he's got a redemption game in front of him. I mean, think about last game, right? He had, 6, 10, and 3? That's, for a game where you end up winning and he has like a highlight reel dunk. Fred VanVleet from 3, man. This is the start that you want. This is unreal. Freddie V knocking it down, picking up where he left off last game. Jeez, the Raptors are just defensive stalwarts. It's a new level, man. The transition that this team can do, it is amazing. LF in the chat saying Raps are on fire. Man, I got the animation going right now. They're on fire. This has been an exciting start to the game. I gotta be honest, I don't really subscribe to all the hype around Cleveland. I know they got a nice roster. I don't know how complimentary their pieces are, but they'll be a solid team. I can't underrate them. They are good, and there'll be a challenge tonight. So let's hope the Raptors can hold on and get a W here. Shouts out everybody in the chat. Appreciate all of you guys. So Scottie Barnes, they gave him the 2.5 assist line on the game tonight. You know what? I thought that was pretty low. I felt like even though Scottie hasn't really had the playmaking stats to back him up, you see how many, I think he's top 50 in passes made in the NBA. And he's second behind one other player and the least amount of assists in that group of players. So it just goes to show it's a matter of time before he starts getting players scoring the buckets that he's passing out. And, you can see it out there. He's got such natural feel that 3 assists for Scottie Barnes tonight. I feel like that's very realistic. Let's hope. But at the end of the day, betting aside, all I want to see is a Raptors W. Mustafa in the chat, another regular here in the chat saying, yo, how are you? I'm doing well, Mustafa. How about yourself? It's Raptors game day. It's Friday. We're on a 5-game win streak. We got the Cavs who are quite good, but I feel like we're going to take it to them. This is a great night. Hope you're doing well too. Jenfro asking, are the Raps top 4 in the East or is Ben Rodgers crazy? Ben Rodgers is crazy, but I think he might be on to something. The Raptors, they rightfully, at the beginning of the season, I thought they were a playoff team. I never said outside the playoffs ever. And I try to be a realist sometimes. I didn't think top 4 with the way the Eastern Conference has been revamped was like a shoo-in. Didn't rule it out. But now it's looking like it could legitimately happen. I wouldn't say it's like a lock or anything, but the way this team's playing, especially without Siakam in and then Scottie for a little bit there, I mean, we're positionless. We got guys that we can reach into the bench and play, and there's no trouble there. If anything, you get a nice spark. I think this team's built to win. We're just young is the only thing, but a good regular season ending up top 4, don't rule it out, man. I think it could happen. So Kyle H saying the good thing that Nurse has developed this defensive system. It's always good to have the defense hustle first, then let players develop their offensive bag. That is the criteria. Kyle H hitting it right on the head. That's the criteria for joining the Raptors. You hustle and play defense. We'll do the rest from there. And it's just a bonus if you're young and athletic, right? Because, well, I mean, not only will that make you a better defender, but you get a little bit more to work with. Scottie Barnes defending Mobley in the post. Mobley backs him down. That's a good defense, good bucket. And Mobley's putting together, like, I don't want to say quietly, but I'm going to say quietly. He's doing a lot for this Cleveland team already. Summer League looked like he might not be the player we thought he was, but, you know, come the regular NBA season, he has broken out, and he's going to be a game changer for this franchise right away. Precious from 3. Misses the 3, but respects the Precious for taking that. You got to make people respect you from the arc at some point. What are the thoughts on Colin Sexton, guys? North of 20-point scorer, real great hustle defender, bulldog just in every regard of the game. What do you guys think about him? Because I got some mixed opinions. I know he was beefing our boy VanVleet last year during a regular season game. I say regular season game for no reason. We didn't make the playoffs, so obviously a regular season game. Sexton, I think he's really solid. I don't know. I have this weird thing where I don't believe the hype. Like when Miami was talking about trading for him over Lowry to try to get a starting point guard in, I thought that was ridiculous. I was like, you serious that you think Colin Sexton is going to help your chances of winning more than a Kyle Lowry would when the final goal is like championship aspirations? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you look at what happened with Drummond, right? Goes from the Cavs to the Lakers. You know, he was putting up crazy stats on the Cavs. And then once he gets to the Lakers, he's hardly even playable. I'm not saying that would have happened with Sexton, but when you're playing for a struggling franchise, sometimes the stats are inflated, and I think that Miami did the right thing going and getting the winner in Kyle Lowry. So Shahar in the chat saying, mildly interesting stat, OG Anunoby is second 3-point attempts this season. Only Steph Curry has taken more. OG has attempted more threes than Trae Young and Kevin Durant combined. Holy smokes. Oh my God. That is a wild stat. I did not know that, but you know, now that I'm piecing things together, it kind of makes sense. OG has not been afraid to jack it up once this season, and he's been getting rewarded. I'm a big fan of the development OG's made. I've been a critic a lot at different times, but he deserves all the credit, and that's some hounding defense there by Sexton on VanVleet. I thought Freddie could have laid that one up there. Tries to find one of his guys beyond the arc. Ball out of bounds. Cavs are coming back down, but we're still up by 2 early in this game. Drop your score predictions now, guys. I'm curious what they are. I'll throw out mine. I'm going to say Raptors 100, Cavs 89. I think we're going to put on a defensive clinic tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll take a win any way we get to it. And I'm sure Nick Nurse and Cast will as well. Bueno Kitty saying Precious got to do better with the pick and roll game. Got to show out with the Cavs trees out there. Thought you said threes. Yeah, they got out some tall players in their lineup. Defending the pick and roll at that size, Precious, he's a 6'8", 6'9" center. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but so long as he keeps that high motor up, we got a really switchable defense. I think we can do it, but yeah, seeing a little bit of improvement from Precious in that regard wouldn't be bad, but you know, people have just been so hard on Precious recently. I feel Gary Trent from 3. Oh my God, you just love to see it. The only thing that could have made that better was a Scottie Barnes assist, but go figure. He gets the hockey assist, the second pass leading to the score. He's got so many of those. It's only a matter of time before Scottie Barnes is averaging over 5 assists, in my opinion. Wraps up by 3. We fouled. I think it's Jared Allen going to the line. I'm a big fan of Jared Allen. We were talking about him a little bit on the last live stream, and he's a player, man, a player. Big contract, But when you play like that and you cover all those aspects of the game, I think it's deserving. Kyle H saying, I like Sexton's bag, but has the same kind of minor issues as Fred VanVleet. Can be a good scorer and can make the right calls, but his height in today's age make him easier to be locked down. I agree. You know what? I don't watch enough Cavaliers basketball to give the in-depth analysis on him, but I don't know. I've always felt a little bit of a bias watching him play and put up these crazy numbers in games where they get blown out. Obviously, he's a bulldog, right? Like, he has the mentality you want out of a player, but yeah, realistically, probably some of the same limitations Fred has, but you can't rule out a guy with that kind of motor. I think I just don't like him because he beefed Fred, you know? That should be the guy you're looking up to. But they got into it on the court. Maybe that made Fred respect him more. Who knows? But Colin Sexton, let's see what he gets up to this game, because I was watching some... gee. That was almost like a sham god, but I saw Scottie Barnes play with Colin Sexton this summer. I mean, not personally, but on a YouTube video. It's up now. Donovan Mitchell was at the run as well. And it was cool, man. The energy that Colin Sexton brings, and jeez. Love to see the Raptors fighting on the glass. Jared Allen was just a bulldozer there. Sent a couple Raptors flying, but I think it's our ball. You got a box out. Good job. Oh, that Hezzy was nasty. OG Anunoby. Wow. But anyways, the energy of Colin Sexton and Scottie Barnes on the floor together in a summer run. You know, it was pickup, but you would have swore they were in the NBA Finals with the way they were just getting jacked up and running the floor. It was an exciting video. If you guys get a chance, go check that out. Scottie's going to be special. Don't know about Sexton, but he's going to be solid for sure. Jacob Taha saying, hey, bro. What's up, Jacob? Appreciate you tuning in. Alessander Platz. Hi from Italy. Ciao. How are you? Come stai? I think I butchered that, but... a lot of fans in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys showing out. This is going to be a fun game. Cavaliers turn over the ball. Raptors are going the other way. It's a low-scoring first half. First quarter. I've just kind of come to expect this from the Raptors. They are on you out of the gate, and they'll just figure out the offense from there. Their first concern is always defense. Kyle H. in the chat was saying it. They play from their own end out, and that's the way you should do it. Fred, in the mid-range, misses the shot. He was looking like CP3 last game. That was insane. Great performance from Freddie last game. It was 33, 6 assists. Big win, obviously. Showed out later in the game, right? All of his points basically came in the second half. Well, not all of them, but the vast majority did. Osman hitting down the three. He's actually a good player. Is it Chetty? Seti? I don't know how to pronounce it, but Chetty Osman, he's a really good player. Never really excelled too much, but he's solid. He can do a lot of different things for you. Hits the three there for the Cavs. We're tied up at 17. Alessander Platz saying my pronunciation was good. That was perfect. Tutto bene, grazie. Io sono molto bene. Grazie. Oh, my scoreboard. Thank you for pointing that out. Tyler Smith saying Birch has some hop in him tonight. You know, Birch he's been rolling. I've been a big fan of what Khem Birch has done. We asked for very humble things out of Khem Birch, but he's been delivering. All right, hopefully the scoreboard works. Thank you again for pointing that out in the chat. I've had issues with it before on the live stream. Hopefully we do not deal with that tonight. Chipmunk Nation saying I'm feeling another 30-plus bomb from OG tonight. I hope OG 30 pieces them. I really do. Gary Trent, already 2 3-pointers. You love that from the betting standpoint. If you're me or anyone else who tailed this bet, I got to say, someone did bring up a really good point in the comments. I posted betting previews earlier in the day, and someone was like, I think out of the 9 games or whatever we've played this season, Gary Trent has only hit more than 3 or more 3-pointers 3 times. It's like a tongue twister, but yeah, so he doesn't do it most nights. I just had a gut feeling. Again, not financial advice, but hey, that's where my money is tonight. I'm hoping it works out, but Scottie Barnes need to pass the ball as well, which I don't think we'll run into any issues with, but I'm going to knock on the wood anyways. 19-19. Gary Trent in the mid-range. Oh, that was a nasty little move. Scottie with the board. Okay, well, hopefully we can consider that an assist. He kind of got the ball stripped off of him, but it lands in Delano Banton's hands, and they get the layup, wraps up by 2. Heisenberg, watching from prison. Free Heisenberg, man. Appreciate the Raptors love out of the box, man. Bueno Kitty saying, Khem, thinking he low-key got something to prove to you. Can't wait to see the box score for rebounds end of the game. Yeah, man. Khem Birch is just a very subtle pickup. I remember when we were talking about some trade rumors last year before the deadline, or I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was one of my first appearances on the Raptors Digest, at least during for a video chat podcast. And I was on there with Ben and Riker, and they were talking about Orlando Magic targets. And I said Khem Birch I thought would be a much more realistic, good acquisition for this team. We don't end up needing to trade for him. I believe the Magic waived him for some reason kind of beyond me. I know they have a crowded front court, but still, you'd think you can get something back for Khem Birch. Maybe not. I'm not a GM. I don't know. But either way, I'm happy he landed in the laps of Toronto. And he's been paying dividends ever since he got here. We have issues at the center spot. He is not the solution. But is he a pretty good damn Band-Aid? Definitely. And I love the fact he's Canadian. He works his tail off. So many things to love about Khem Birch. And I kind of felt like I saw this one coming for him to end up a Raptor. Said it on my first time on the podcast, so we'll call that a good omen. Mustafa saying Osman was born in a city 5 minutes away from me. That's pretty cool. Is he Turkish? I want to say he was Turkish. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you're from either, Mustafa, but shouts out that. Chetty Osman. You got to go hoop with him sometime, I guess. Jenfro saying with Banton in, this team is so long. I heard a really on-point comparison. I think it was Khem Birch who said it. Many of you have probably already heard it, but comparing Delano Banton to Sean Livingston. I like that comparison a lot. Obviously a little bit of differences, but just the length, the playing style. They love to go to the paint. I think Delano Banton has a chance to be like a very elite defender, but still, I thought that comparison was really on point. Sean Livingston, Delano Banton. Let me know what you guys think of that comparison in the chat. Heisenberg saying one man's loss is another man's gain. For sure. I mean, they waived him, right? They were saying this is our garbage, and we said that's our treasure. So we went and got Khem Birch. That was a great situation for the Raptors. Rare that it works out like that. I thought a trade would have had to happen, but Orlando's overcrowded in the front court. So they made decisions, and we ended up with him. So that's definitely what you like to see. Rookies to average 17 points and 8 rebounds. I'm seeing this on the TV right now. In the last 10 seasons, has been Zion, Ben Simmons, and so far Scottie Barnes. So many encouraging things from Scottie. Someone did a side-by-side comparison of LeBron James' first 6 games in the NBA, along with Scottie's, and Scottie was better in most categories. I think LeBron had a lot more assists, but we already know that the assist averages for Scottie right now are not representative of the passer he is. Just amazing things to see statistically. You got to hope this keeps up. Not saying he's the next LBJ. From the mid-range, Scottie Barnes. A deep 2. Wraps up by 4. That's sweet. Jerry Joseph saying, could Banton be a starter in a couple years? Hypothetically, I don't know. I see him as more of a bench player. And on the Raptors, I definitely don't think he'd be a starter just because Fred VanVleet's got that position locked up for what I would assume to be hopefully the next 5, 6, even more years. He's not going to be, I guess that's a bit of a long duration to give it, but he's the next point guard. He's the next Kyle Lowry for us. Big shoes to fill, but I mean, it's Fred VanVleet, right? He deserves this praise. Let's not forget who that man is. So I don't think Delano Banton could ever beat him out for a starting point guard role. Maybe if they tried to revamp Delano and play him as a forward, like a small forward, you could do it. He's got the size for it, of course. But any other situation... Svi? Svi got some hang time there, misses the putback. Khem Birch gets a board, misses the putback again. Cavs are back on offense. Oh, wow. That was a nice pass by Garland, but Raptors get the steal. We're heading back. Scottie Barnes. The no-look passes by Scottie. That one didn't work out, but he's always looking people off, ripping the ball around. Such a creative passer. Mustafa asking, how old is FVV? I want to say he's 28. I'm pretty sure I saw him turn 28 this year. I can't confirm that, but if someone knows in the chat, let us know. I'm pretty sure he's 28. Gary goes to the rim. Ooh, just misses the floater, but gets his own rebound. Khem's got an okay touch there in the paint. It's been working out the past couple of games, but I'd be lying to say he's offensively inclined. His job is defense and hustle, but at least he's been finishing on the gimme opportunities recently. Hopefully he can continue to do that this game. Banton. Nice assist by Gary. Gary's got an all-around game. Do not sleep on Scary Gary. Heisenberg shouting out Scottie too hottie. Man, the kid is different. I thought Mobley was about to jack that up from 3. We got 55 concurrent viewers. Thank you guys, everybody in here. If you're in here watching right now, let's get a like spike going. I'm going to get the animation soon, but let's get this party rolling. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Raptors are tied right now at 25-25 with just under a minute left in the first quarter. Hoping for a big win. You can see I got my bets up there in the corner. We'll see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. But I've liked what I've seen so far from the Raptors. Delano Banton with the last bucket. Let's keep this thing going. I want to check out some totals soon for players, but Gary's done really well so far. OG's looking just all over the court like he has been recently. Fred in the paint. Finds Khem. And there you go, man. I kind of called it the touch there. Gets a nice little floater. Has to put it up quickly. Gets the basket. Oh, Mobley from 3 misses. Sally in the chat saying, let's go Raptors. Raw. Yes. Let's go Raps. I'm not even going to try to do the Raptor roar there, but I'm sure you killed it. Shouts out Sally in the chat. Oh, Banton. Nice. Okay, I'm not going to lie. He didn't break any ankles there. That was like just a body contact. Guy fell on the floor. Banton gets the lay-in. Ooh, Osman for 3. The end of the quarter. Jeez. Osman kind of looks like an older Josh Giddey. Like, not playing wise, but literally just appearance. Raptors up by 1, 29-28 right now. Tyler Smith saying, Gary has said many times, I work on everything. And it's true. It's definitely true. And this is like an unfair thing to say about players. But I kind of worried that Gary, just with how much he's on social media, he really seems to care about his public image. I don't know. Sometimes I find guys like that get distracted, right? Like, I'm going to use like Odell Beckham as an example, even though that's a totally different sport. Out of pocket comparison, I guess you could say. But that's like one guy where I could visibly see him focusing on being a celebrity instead of being the best football player he could be. Gary Trent, much different situation, but same kind of worries where I was like, is Gary just going to come to Toronto and become like, obsessed with like the he kind of lived that Kuzma LA life. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but he's remained a workhorse. I was worried about nothing. He's not distracted. His game is really complete. He's still young. The Raptors are using him the right way, giving him the starting opportunities consistently. It's just a beautiful thing they got going on here. I was sketching for no reason, but 61 live viewers in the chat. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I've been posting the game recaps after. So basically what we do, Ben and Riker, they do their thing where they have the live after, probably like 20 minutes to an hour. There's no real formula to how long they go, just interacting with the community, breaking down the game in detail. What I do now is I've got a specific structure for my recap. I go like 6 to 10 minutes, anywhere in that range. I do my 5 takeaways, and I also just give like a 1 minute breakdown of what I saw. So after the live stream, It'll be posted tomorrow morning, but make sure to check that out after game days, guys. I appreciate all the love and support. We're giving you like major 360 coverage of this thing. Do the betting preview in the morning, the live stream, the post game, and then the morning after recap. We're obsessed with the Raptors. This is authentic love for the Raps, and I know you guys share that with us, so big time props to our community. Kyle H saying, I could be wrong, but I believe Edward Rogers might have gotten reinstated as Rogers' head who has issues with Masai. Do you think it will be an ongoing issue? Okay, I saw something about Ed Rogers in the news today. I don't think so. I mean, Masai got his contract, so at this point, I hope it's just cordial and business-like. Who knows? Maybe one of them's holding a little bit of resentment against the other. I mean, I don't know why there would be resentment toward Masai Ujiri. Maybe he's making Ed Rogers spend a lot of money to go get championship caliber players. Maybe that's it. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, Masai Ujiri is just sort of delivered after delivered. And I know that Larry Tannenbaum stuck out his neck for him. I believe the CEO of MLSC stuck out his neck for Masai, overrode Ed Rogers and said, this is happening. We're giving him everything he wants. And that's what happened. And so I hope it's business-like from here. I know Masai's like a mature man with a lot of integrity, so I don't think he's going to let anything, get unprofessional here. Scottie Barnes with the offensive rebound and the floater. This kid is so efficient. Big bucket there. Wraps up by 3. Mustafa saying, did you see the Browns releasing OBJ? I did see that, which is why the comparison immediately hopped into my mind. But, out-of-pocket comparison for Gary Trent Jr. I was just worried that was like a slippery slope. And you can get distracted in a city like Toronto. You definitely can. It's not LA, but there's a lot of distractions here too. And oh my God, Scottie Barnes, man, master of the mid-range, revitalizing that part of the game. This is wild right now. Great performance so far from him. Cavs get the bucket. Delano Banton's back hard at the other end. Ooh, okay, he gets fouled though. Someone's saying, please refresh the scoreboard. I'll give it a refresh right now. I think it's pretty close to updated, no? Yeah. It should be accurate now, but let me know if anything goes wrong with the scoreboard here, guys. Yeah, it's 33 Toronto, 30 Cavs. Diljit saying, joining from India. Thanks for covering the games. Love your commentary. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I always say the best thing about the Raptors community is how international it is. We got viewers all over, whether it's Australia, England, India, anywhere in Asia. Like it's crazy. We got viewers everywhere. So thank you for tuning in. You guys make this great. The chat is popping off, and we got 60 live viewers. So shouts out everybody. Terry Black saying Scottie is milk. I need the milk animation right now to get going. But next bucket he gets. That's going to be, I'll get the fire animation going for that. But Cavs put up an air ball. We're coming back the other way. Oh, Fred thought about jacking that up. All right, Freddie. Svi from 3. Nails it. Let's go. The Raptors are shooting well, man. It's getting hot in here. It's a good bucket for Svi. Svi was starting in place of Scottie. Oh! Scottie Barnes! No. Scottie sending that into the first row. That was a nice block. You see, I haven't seen him get a ton of highlight reel blocks or passes yet in the regular season, but we know those things will come. So that's that right there. Swats Rubio. That's a nice play. But Svi Mikhailuk was starting for Scottie Barnes. Scottie's back in, so it's good to see Svi coming off the bench, banging a 3 right away. I mean, we already got to see it. Like, he had 2 back-to-back nights of 15 points. Some really key play, just a solid defender too. Svi Water, man, I said it. We got an underrated pickup there. Kyle H saying Banton, I think, is a draft steal. Hold on, what's Scottie doing? Kind of had to force up the flow to their misses. But to get back to Kyle H's comment, Banton is a draft steal, having a 6'9" point guard as a bench piece and maybe starting point guard years later. Definitely. I mean, think about where he went. He was slept on for a long time. He went to Western Kentucky, and everyone's saying this kid's got to play at a mid-major. Ended up transferring to Nebraska, had a few triple-doubles, looked really good. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the motor and the size that really excites the Raptors, and he's going to be a workhorse. He wants to be here. So many things that were just right about that draft pick. I still think it was weird that we took Johnson over Sharif Cooper with the next pick right after, but you know what? Trust in Messiah, and then Freddie banging a 3. We're up by 10. Roll Raptors, man. This is unreal. Man, Scottie getting a lot of love in the chat right now. Mustafa saying Scottie is too good. Shane Normie with the Let's Go Raptors. I've been saying that all night. Terry Black, Scottie is hunting down Mobley there. I love that. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about, and these kids are rookies, right? But in general, when the best player wants to guard the other best player, or you know what I mean, it's like when there's a lot of hype around one guy on the other team and then he wants to guard the other one, like LeBron and Kawhi situations. That's always what you want to see, man. They hunt down the matchups and they duke it out mano-y-mano. You can't ask for more. This was going to be the rookie race right in front of our eyes, so I hope Scottie keeps hunting down Mobley. They have the ability to go back right at each other. Mobley, do not sleep on him. But Scottie Barnes, if there was a redraft today, I was already wondering this. If there was an opportunity to redraft knowing everything we know right now and it has to happen this night, what's the draft order of the top 5? I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Put it in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and say that does Scottie Barnes potentially go first overall? I know that's crazy. Crazy talk. But is there any relative chance that, seeing what we've seen so far in the first 10 games, Jalen Green's obviously explosive. He's going to have a great career, but maybe a little bit of inconsistency so far. Scottie Barnes already looks just so polished and ready to go. Cade Cunningham, I think, is 0 of 14 from three-point right now. Don't read too much into this. These guys are all going to be great players, but I'm just wondering how far up Scottie would climb, if at all. Definitely an interesting topic. Jenfro saying Barnes is in LeBron James mode with a nice assist after a great block. You're not wrong. I got to check the assists right now. Apologize to be on my phone, but we got bets on the line. I got to figure out how many assists Scottie Barnes has. Scottie Barnes, where are you? You have... Okay, he's got 1 assist. I was thinking that the one where he got a ball swatted out of his hands earlier to Banton, who scored, might have counted as one, but I guess not. Oh, that's weird. That is so weird. So I'm watching SportsCenter right now, and Kevin Pangos is getting a feature on this commercial. I don't know if you guys are seeing this too. And it just showed a snapshot of Newmarket, where I currently live, and this picture was taken, I want to say like 400 meters from my front door. So yeah, Kevin Pangos on the Cavs roster. I did not know this. Newmarket legend. Shouts out Kevin Pangos. Well, that was weird. Almost forgot it was a live Raptors game there. Just kind of taken aback by that. But Heisenberg saying, imagine a player like Kawhi with our current team. We got OG and Scottie, man. I'm finally moving past the allure of Kawhi and feeling bad about not having him here anymore. We got players who are hungry, and Kawhi's situation with the Clippers has just been consistently a mess. You would have rather kept them, for sure. You could have gone back to back, but I love the team that we got right now. I'm happy where we're at and just thankful that, Boucher misses an open 3. That would have been an assist for Scottie as well. Marcel Martin, member for 2 months. The GOAT's here. He is juiced up, man. Marcel Martin, shouts out. He's entering the chat here with the Goody Mob. This guy is an OG in the chat, man. Thank you for showing support. Happy to have you in here. And I apologize for turning down your trade in the fantasy league the other day. I just positionally, it didn't work for me. He wants Scary Gary on the roster. Maybe we can make something work out, but I need some centers on my team. I got like Yusuf Nurkic, and then Nick Claxton's hurt and really hasn't had the breakout season a lot of people were hoping he'd have. We'll see, but Marcel Martin, keep sending me those trades, man. We'll work something out maybe for Scary Gary, but I want to keep him too. It's obviously a baller. Brian Martin saying, bro, it's 2021. You ain't got to apologize for busting out your phone. Well, I'm on live. I had to see the stats, but Brian Martin taking the heat off me there. Appreciate it. Jerry Joseph saying, is Kawhi coming back this season? I think he probably will. I don't know. I would imagine that he'll be... My gut's telling me he will. I think he will. He's getting up there in age. He's not like anywhere close to out of his prime yet, but you got to use up these opportunities. The Clippers are really good, and I think he'll be healed in time to do it. There'd be no reason to sit him, even though he'll be a little bit rusty. I think that they're going to go out and play him in like maybe the last 15, 20 games of the season and then into the playoffs. But no guarantees. Some people think he could miss the entire year. I tend to think not. I'm like very confident he won't, but it's possible. It is some really bad knee damage. Mustafa saying, what app do you use for fantasy? I use Bet365, which allows you to parlay the player props. That's what I'm doing. Normally, you can only bet on one prop per player, but this allows you to parlay all of them and really juice up the odds. So Kyle H saying, you could have gone back-to-back, but if Kawhi stayed, we might not have had the record we needed to get the pick that was Scottie Barnes. That's what I'm saying too, I think, see, in hindsight, that does become a tough argument. Like, would you take another year of Kawhi to try running it back? And then, eventually maybe not ending up with Scottie Barnes. I think, it's tough to say. I wanted it so bad, and we still had the team. Lowry was still here. I got to say that I would have rather run it back with Kawhi, but the situation we're in right now, my answer could change, because if Scottie Barnes continues to develop and becomes this guy where, he is the new Kawhi in a sense, where he's a superstar, you can build a team around him and get to championships, then, there's no issue anyways. I'm very happy with the current situation, but I can't lie to you guys. I'd be lying to say that I would pick this situation over getting to run it back with Kawhi. Kyle Lowry was still there. Like I just said, we had Serge and Mark. Blow it up in free agency after that season. And then, maybe you get Scottie Barnes anyways, but definitely a tough debate there. Let us know in the chat what you guys would do or what you would rather choose for a scenario for Toronto. 61 viewers. Appreciate you guys. Got a long game ahead of us. The Raptors are up by 5. My bets right now, I need 2 more assists for Scottie. I'm holding out on that one. I think it'll happen. And then Gary Trent Jr. He's got 2 3-pointers. I need him to hit 1 more. He can't tease me like this. Kyle H. responding to me saying, I love Kawhi's game, but you have to think the tension could be worse between Rodgers and Masai with a player like Kawhi making a lot of money while hurt. You know what? But Kawhi's already, he's proven himself to Toronto. He won a championship, even if he was hurt for a little while. I just think, we're like, okay, we'll get you back in the last 10 games and we'll figure it out from there. We already let him do load management, right? So clearly, and that was before he won a championship in Toronto. So my opinion, our appreciation and value of Kawhi is spot on. Oh, Morgan Riley's sitting courtside for the game. Just signed a huge extension for the Leafs. Check out Leafs Digest if you haven't. But yeah, Kawhi's already got a lot of leeway in Toronto when he was here. So I would imagine that wouldn't intensify anything more between Rodgers and Masai. I don't understand this tension in the first place. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors, but Masai's done everything you could ask of him. And then some. And that's probably why Larry Tannenbaum stuck his neck out and said, no, I'm vetoing this. We're giving him what he wants. And I think the fans would have been irate if Ed Rodgers was the reason that we had to let go of Masai and it was just because, they didn't like each other. It'd be ridiculous and selfish. Freddie from 3. Man, that's clockwork. Knocks down the open corner 3. Up by 8 right now. All right, Gary, get on Sexton. This guy thinks he's a bull. Show him the real bull. Oh, that was almost a double dribble, but... yeah, Wade just had a really nice move there to score on the Raps, but we're back on offense here. Oh, man, of course. Marcel Martin throwing down the hammer. We didn't need Kawhi. Kawhi needed us. Say it again for the people in the back, man. I agree. We gave him the perfect situation. You've seen what happens with the Clippers right now. You have Paul George, a great supporting cast. You've had to cycle through Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell. Like, it's just a revolving door now in LA, like LeBron's done to the Lakers. And only difference is LeBron's won, Kawhi hasn't. He had the ideal situation, a whole country behind him. We invented load management for him. I agree. Kawhi, I guess to say he needed us. Now, you're right. He did need us. I felt that we did huge favors for him as much as he did for us. It was a great relationship, and I think that even to this day, he probably regrets blowing it up to go home. But who knows? Kawhi is a strange guy. He's a fun guy, but he's definitely in his own ways, so might be tough to understand. And you got to respect his decision ultimately. He'll forever be royalty in the six. OG looking like a point guard out there. Boucher turns it over under the basket. He's been struggling. Hoping Boucher can turn things around pretty soon. Gary in the mid-range. Off the front of the rim and out. Kyle H saying that he thinks it's an even relationship between the Raptors and Kawhi. We mutually benefited each other. Yeah, definitely. But I just think he took for granted such a great situation here in Toronto. Oh, that was a weird play. Gary keeps the ball in bounds. Kind of a steal, tries to throw it off of Sexton. Sexton manages to catch it. Alley-oop to Allen. It's all right. It's a hustle play. You'll take it anyways from Gary. Ooh, I kind of like this matchup right now. Gary and Sexton are going at each other. I just need my man to get one more three. Oh. Chris took flight there. Gets fouled. He's going to the line. Hank Net in the chat right now with the super chat. Shouts out Hank Net. Appreciate you, man. Happy to have you tuning in with us right now. The Raptors are playing great. It's a fun vibe out here. Bets are looking all right, and I appreciate the super chat as always. Marcel Martin agreeing with Kyle. I think it's mutual benefit. We're a good team that's usually one superstar away from a good playoff run, while Kawhi needs a good team. Put perfectly, realistically. You know what? He does, in some weird way, I felt like this was really what he needed, especially out of an environment where he started to be outcasted because of the tension with the team. He was kind of ostracized out of the Spurs organization. So to come here, having done nothing and just get the warm embrace that he did, A1 medical treatment from, I think it's Alex McKechnie, the really world-renowned trainer on the Raptors, who I think formerly worked with like the Kobe-era Lakers. Just really a great situation. Nick Nurse has been a coach of the year. The supporting cast is so good. Hey, Malachi Flynn gets the assist up to OG with the reverse dunk. For a quiet guy, OG likes to play flashy when he can. But yeah, we rolled out the red carpet for Kawhi. Fanfiction Pop-Tart saying, hey Josh, how are the bets looking? I love it. Fanfiction Pop-Tart's always asking about the bets. Right now, Scottie Barnes, to my knowledge, has only 1 assist. So I need him to get 3, hoping that still delivers. And then Gary Trent has hit 2 3-pointers already, but of course I need a third from him to cash out on that part of the bet. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good game. OG with the ball behind the arc. Oh, he's squaring him up. Precious with a big offensive rebound. Yeah, they're not respecting Precious from 3, like whatsoever. Oh, okay, Chris Boucher with a nice little dribble behind the back, but misses the mid-range. That's just one of those ones where you get a really nice dribble, so you're like, okay, I could pass it, but I got to shoot it because this could be a highlight. Sexton misses a 3. Boucher with a pretty key rebound there. Hoping Boucher can get things rolling, man. He's got such a good skill set. So needed for this team. And as I say, that makes a really nice pass, but Gary Trent, unable to finish, turns over the ball. Chetty Osman fouled at the other end. Hoping Malachi Flynn can impress as well. I've been pulling the Flynn bandwagon as much as I'm also a fan of Banton. He needs his touches as well. A little bit of a LeBron debate going on here in the chat. Yeah, LeBron ran the East for a long time there. I mean, I don't need to tell Raptors fans that. He was, when he left the East, we just loaded up and got a superstar and said, finally, we can do this. And not to say we couldn't have beat LeBron in the East with Kawhi and that team that we had. I think we could have, but yeah, in my opinion, I don't want to open this can of worms right now on the live stream, but whatever, I'm going to do it anyways. I think Michael has the best legacy ever. Best player of all times, LeBron James, though. It's tough to match that storyline that MJ had, but when you consider just like the biggest freak the NBA has ever seen, just someone who did everything at like the highest level, it's got to be LeBron in my opinion. Moved to multiple teams, didn't matter what conference, what supporting cast. He always found a way to get it done, and to come back to Cleveland after promising to bring the city a championship, gutsy, man, just gutsy, but delivered. And that 2016 finals run for the Cavs was insane. Oh my God, Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes. I can't get enough of this kid. Goes and gets the rebound, puts it back. He's on fire, man. Do not cool him off. I like Scottie with the dreads. Oh, pause the fire. That Jared Allen. Whew. Almost broke the rim there. Big dunk by Allen. 9-9 in the chat saying, we about to fight over this, Josh. I knew I shouldn't have opened this can of worms. I'm just going to say it right now, I'm biased. He's the guy of my generation. LeBron James is who I grew up watching and experiencing the greatness of. There's compelling arguments for either guy. It's a biased take. Scottie Barnes finishing at the other end. How many points does Scottie have right now? Oh my God. This rate, Scottie Barnes is about to enter the GOAT debate. Oh, good defense by OG and Precious. They get the ball off Allen. Oh man, I've already spurred on this argument right now in the chat. This one is just bound to get any basketball fan going, but because it's such an awesome, close debate. Oh, Precious. There you go, man. Oh, you just love to see it. Precious Achiuwa getting the big rebound, the putback basket. Good stuff, man. We gotta believe in him. Oh, wow. Okay, Raptors ball. I thought that for sure we either fouled Rubio or tapped out the ball, but it's coming back the Raptors' way. Malachi's doing good, man. He's a floor general. I like it. He's scrappy. Crimson Flynn. Do not sleep. 9-9 coming. Yeah, we got everyone out here saying Scottie greater than MJ and LeBron. It's a joke now. But keep the receipts on that one. Maybe one day it'll come true. Malachi bangs the three. Let's go. That's my guy. Big Malachi Flynn fan. I'm not even going to... I almost just attack Delano Banton a little bit, but no, let's just celebrate both of them. Malachi Flynn deserves more touches, though. I'm just going to leave it there. I love Delano, but Malachi Flynn, great player, deserves his chance as well. Chetty Osman with another three. Yeah, so ends the scoring run for Toronto there, but we're in the final 10 seconds of the first half. Malachi Flynn with the ball gets fouled. I'm praying Gary hits another three this next half, because, or maybe even right now, but yeah, that was definitely the riskiest prop I took. Even in the preview, I said this is a riskier one that I'm betting here, but I'm gonna ride it anyways. I had a feeling about Fred VanVleet last game. That paid off. I got a feeling as well about Gary Trent getting 3 3-pointers. Hope and a prayer. Scottie Barnes. Malachi. Did that count? That looked late, but let's see. Fingers crossed. Either way, good stuff from Malachi, getting the loose ball there, putting it back in. Might have just been late. I'm sure we'll get an official review on that. 80 people watching right now. Shouts out everyone. We are heading into halftime right now. Raptors with a lead. It could be 11 points. It could be 9, depending on that Malachi Flynn basket. Let's see here. Let's see the replay. I just missed the first time they played it. And I've missed my opportunity, but I don't think he got it. If you guys know for sure, put it in the chat, but I think he missed it. Kyle H saying, let's be real. All Baines greater than number 1 pick gatherer. Man, Baines is just... I still get nightmares about the guy, but hey, he gave us Scottie Barnes, in my opinion. Like, it was just such a dismal time needing to run him at center. But you know what? You gotta have downs to have ups, and we've been really lucky as Raptors fans to not deal with too many downs. And ultimately we're rewarded through weathering that season, and it wouldn't have happened, I don't think, if it wasn't COVID, being away from home. So we took a situation that was really crummy and still somehow luckily managed to capitalize on it with a great draft pick and the future GOAT, Scottie Barnes. Jenfro just confirming it didn't count. Definitely didn't think so, but appreciate you confirming that. Kyle H saying, I know that year we had a lot of other things going wrong. That year with Pascal kind of regressing for that year, and Fred VanVleet wasn't very consistent either. But Baines' plays made me lose brain cells. Retweet, man. Everything you said there was on point. Pascal, it was one of those weird, like, growing pain seasons where, you know, he's coming off the MIP year where he looked great, but then we have a free agency setback, losing Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol. And, you know, it might seem like, okay, those aren't the craziest changes in the world, but the amount that they mattered to our defensive structure and just the leadership of the team, we really felt that void at center. So Pascal, even more than normal, stepping up. Everyone out of the lineup with COVID protocols, you're not at home. I still thought he did good. Like he looked better than his stats reflected. He was getting close to the rim on those final chance opportunities, beating his defenders, but I mean, I don't even need to rehash these old wounds. You guys know that he blew some open layups and some great opportunities to end games, but I'm just happy it all happened in that season, right? We can put that behind us, pray that Pascal has improved and taken that as a monkey on his back that he's going to rip off as soon as he's here playing with us this season. Tom Duke pointing out that, yeah, Gary Trent Jr. needs one more 3. He's got 6 points, 2 of 2 from 3. Loving that. I'm loving that. Hoping it works out. Josh, what do you got for a halftime show? You should create a segment for this. That's Jenfro saying that. I agree. I really should, because when we're sitting here, I just, I throw out random stuff like who's better, MJ or LeBron, or, I talk about how I played pickup basketball with Josh Donaldson the other day at LA Fitness, which for the record is a true story. I have photograph proof. But yeah, just random stuff like this. I'll take that tip, Jenfro, and I think I will implement some sort of halftime show for you guys just to keep things entertaining and lively, because when you have 92 viewers in here, you got to. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. That number keeps climbing. If you get a like spike going, I'd always appreciate that. You guys are the best. Brian Martin suggesting the Aaron Baines halftime show. I gotta keep it PG-13. I don't know if I can be doing the Aaron Baines halftime show. I'll be cussing too much. But Raptors Digest, just think of the Nightmare on Elm Street, but instead of Aaron Baines appears. I did a terrible job of reading that, but Aaron Baines is still in my nightmares to this day, so he really is scarier than Freddy Krueger in my opinion. Fanfiction Pop-Tart saying, Josh, if the Raptors got the 3rd pick, do you think they would have gotten Scottie anyhow? That's crazy you just asked me that. I was wondering that today. I gotta say probably not. The one thing that makes me wonder about it is his measurables were so Kawhi and Giannis-like that I think the Raptors were just like kind of blown away at, wow, if we can get this kid at this size, they're confident in themselves to develop people. I think they would have taken Mobley though. The center issue last season was just so glaring, and I mean, Scottie Barnes, I think, actually might turn out to be the best player in this draft. He's certainly playing like it right now, but Evan Mobley, man, he can do everything at the 5 spot. He might lead the league in blocks this year. I know that's a hot take, but not that unrealistic of a take. He could do it. He's going to be a menace for years to come. This draft is so deep. Privileged to land in the lottery of it and end up with Scottie Barnes, but in all honesty, I think with the 3rd pick, the Raptors would have likely taken Evan Mobley, and I don't think that would have been a mistake for that time. But maybe, you never can rule out what Masai's thinking. There's a good chance that maybe he would have taken Scottie. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'm personally siding with Mobley would have been the pick, but I'm not sure. And I got to say, appreciate Fanfiction Poplar coming out with the good questions, getting us through this halftime. Young in the chat saying, where's this comment? Saying Bachelor without cable here. Thanks for the updates. No problem, man. I'm happy that you're tuning in. You know what? This is better than cable, right? You get the whole community here. You get me talking about gambling, saying dumb stuff on the air. It's a vibe in its own right. So thank you for tuning in, man. Happy that we can get you through the no cable part of the night. Andrew M saying, miss those Serge pick and pops. And man, you know who was a big part of that is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka, I think, will have like an all-time underrated dynamic. Those two played so well together on both sides of the floor. Definitely two Raptors I miss seeing out there, but forever legends in the six. Marcel Martin asking Gary Trent Jr. for Depoy. I don't know about Depoy, but I think like an all-NBA defensive team is at this point probably the expectation. The way he's playing, the kind of minutes he's getting, he's intense, dude. He is intense. He's not just an energetic defender. He's clever with it. He's very smart with the way he approaches situations. Like, he's got that next level ability. I wouldn't rule it out. But Depoy, that's a hot take. Maybe throw a bet on that. That'd probably be like plus 1,400. We got 115 viewers in here right now. Shouts out everyone. This is the halftime show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Got to get a segment going for this like I was saying earlier, but appreciate it nonetheless. This man does not stop supporting the channel. Marcel Martin, shouts out, my brother. I appreciate you asking me, have you always been a Raptors fan or did you like another team? I've always been a Raptors fan. Always. And this is weird, right? Like, I played hoops all the time in my neighborhood, like all the time. And my family signed me up for hockey. Like, I was a lacrosse player my whole life too. And believe it or not, lacrosse, in terms of the way you move on offense and defense, is actually like eerily similar to basketball. But that's besides the point here. I always wanted to play basketball. I went to play house league one year. Nobody passed to me or whatever. I had a sour taste in my mouth. I didn't like the coach. Didn't end up playing again until a lot later in high school. But where I'm going with all this is I was never even like a pro sports fan. I just played a lot growing up. But then my neighbor took me to a Raptors game when I want to say I was about 13. He had box seats. It was versus the Houston Rockets. I'll never forget it. The Raptors won. And I just couldn't believe that in person. This is like a long answer, but it's a long halftime. So in person, watching these guys on the court, I was like blown away that on TV, obviously you get an appreciation for how big they are. But when you're in person, you realize like there is no space out there. Like, you start to understand how a guy like Scottie Barnes can get coast to coast in 3 dribbles. In person, it's like watching superheroes duke it out. Like, these guys are just mutants on the floor. And I couldn't believe just how fun the whole production was. And I've always loved basketball, even though, I wasn't too good at it when I was younger. So no, from the very get-go, it was always about the Raptors. But I got to say, I'm also a big fan of what Memphis has going on. Dillon Brooks might be my favorite player in the NBA behind a couple outside of Raptors players, Dillon Brooks is definitely my favorite player in the NBA. Guy's a certified dog. When there was Raptors trade rumors about him earlier this season, I was going ballistic, but I know Memphis isn't going to give that guy up for nothing, right? Like, he's super valuable. But no, never been another fan of a different team in the NBA. I just kind of cheer for Toronto sports teams, but the Raptors has been my diehard passion forever. I'm catching up here in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys sitting through my halftime rambles. Christian Larson saying, just joining, but Nick Nurse created that play for Flynn at the half. Depth is real. That is cool when you take a guy who's, Nick Nurse has kind of treated him like he's unplayable and a lot of the start of the season here, goes out and creates a play for him to close the half. That's a statement right there. When coaches tell you to stay ready, you got to stay ready because Nick Nurse will pull that on you. Definitely a great coach, and I'm happy that he's given Malachi his respect, man. He deserves it. Almost got that bucket too, but it was a little too late. Roll the Aaron Baines clips, Tyler Smith says. I don't have any Aaron Baines animations. That's something I've been slacking on the animations. I got a few in here. As this live show continues and we're doing it more often and more often, I'll definitely integrate more. But Aaron Baines, we'll bring him back for the occasional animation. For a long time, it was a Damari Carroll gold star, but Aaron Baines, man, he deserves to have his own award. The one sharing my anguish right now in the chat, talking about his own experience playing basketball, not getting on the court as much. Back then all my friends played like hockey and lacrosse. Like, I loved basketball. That was what I loved. I used to do MMA as well, which is probably my second most natural sport. But basketball was just, to me, like, it was so much fun. I always vibed with it, even when I wasn't an NBA fan. And then becoming an NBA fan was so natural. But I'm just going to be honest, I sucked. Like, I sucked when I was younger. I think actually one game, I almost scored on my own basket. If I ever get big in broadcasting, I'm sure someone will like pull out that clip at some point and just ruin my whole career. But yeah, that happened. I was bad. I don't blame myself for getting benched. But you know what? In House League, that was maybe a bit of a slap in the face. Kid's Awful saying, how was your day, Josh? It's really good, man. How was your day? Appreciate you asking. Owen Girard saying something really nice to see. How sweet is it to see Kyle and DeMar excel this year? It's amazing. And it's even nicer on our point as fans, even though they're moved on, to just still have this sentimental, like, we're just rooting them on the whole time. It's great to see. It's great to see, and especially considering they're up there in age, they're still balling out, being great leaders. DeMar's like, second or third in MVP. Expectations are betting favorites right now. Great stuff to see. I was really hoping that they might assemble together on the Lakers. That's kind of what I wanted to see for sure, especially with DeMar being a Compton guy. Be cool to see him go home and contend for a championship, but that didn't work out for a bunch of reasons. DeMar sort of talked about it in an interview he did recently, but you know what? In Chicago, DeMar is doing great, and then in Miami, I think Kyle Lowry has just brought them to potentially be a contender. So Maudie Herman, if you guys can tell me a site to watch the game, I'll appreciate it. I don't know if I can get in trouble for this, but I'm going to just help you out anyways. Stream East. I'll say it again. Stream East. Go there and all your answers will be provided. Terry Black saying, I like to think Nurse learned all his tricks when he coached here in London. Yeah, Nick Nurse has coached all over. Maybe, man. I think everywhere he was has definitely remained with him. Like, you learn a little bit of something everywhere you go, and Nick Nurse is a philosophical dude, so I know that he's mentally present, learning, absorbing every kind of setting he goes to. Even there was stories from the 2019 championship run of him referencing G League championship stories in the dressing room. So clearly this man takes a lesson from anywhere and is not afraid to bring it to the next level with him. I wouldn't rule it out. And shouts out our fans in the UK, man. That's awesome. T-Bird Brad saying, good flow, Josh. Hockey hair. I'm pretty bad at hockey too. Like lacrosse and wrestling were like my two things that I felt pretty good at. Basketball took me forever to get good at, but now I go to LA Fitness and hoop all the time. So if anyone's ever in my area, by the way, Newmarket, Aurora, if you're around this area, shoot me a DM. I'll come hoop. Just make sure to bring your ankle insurance. That's all. All right, second half is coming back right now. I apologize if I missed anyone in the chat. We got 135 live viewers. People just getting active. This is so appreciated, especially during the halftime when it's a little stale. Like, we're looking for things to talk about, but you guys juice this up. It's been a lot of fun. Fred VanVleet at the top. Hits the 3 to open the half. Let's go. Steady Freddy, man. Steady Freddy. Oh, sometimes I hate gambling because I'm sitting here thinking, please, Gary, just hit a 3. Please, Gary, just hit a 3 so I can sit back. Oh, Scottie Barnes with a nice steal on Mobley. Alley-oop at the other end. Defense to transition. That's Raptors basketball. OG Anunoby with the flush. Sahib in the chat saying, Raps taking the W today, boys. Retweet, but I'm also knocking on wood because I'm superstitious like that. Oh, nice. Wade just misses a 3-pointer, rolls out. Do you guys remember when D-Wade played on the Cavs? That was a weird, brief little episode. That was like a failed LeGM experiment that not a lot of people talk about, but respect to D-Wade. He is the legend. Six-game win streak, question mark? I hope so. Terry Black saying 7 more points for Fred and Gary Trent Jr. with 1 more assist, and it's a money night for me. I'm rooting on those bets. I'm going to make sure I remember that. 7 more points for Fred and Gary Trent, 1 more assist. Let's hope, dude. Cheering you on. If you guys have any bets that you haven't mentioned so far, throw them in the chat. I want to hear them. Raptors up 62-48 right now on Cleveland. Why do I hate Colin Sexton so much? I think it must be because he chirped Fred. I just saw his face on the screen. I don't like him. He's great at basketball. Don't get me wrong. He's north of 20-point scorer, dog defender. It's got to be because he beefed VanVleet. Precious with the rebound. Raptors are coming back. Fred is really, really lazy when he dribbles sometimes, but it works for him. Oh, Scottie with the point blank miss. That's rare. What are the thoughts on Darius Garland? Him and Sexton, they had the duo nickname Sexland last year, which was doing pretty well. What are our thoughts on Garland? I've already established that I think Sexton's a baller, but I don't like him. I don't have an overwhelming opinion on Garland. I do know he also is really good, but I wouldn't say I have like an overwhelming opinion on him either. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Bueno Kitty saying, damn, dropping in the like section for OG with another slam. Like spike that. OG spiking the ball into the basket. Appreciate everyone watching right now. Precious taking some free throws. It is crazy. I mentioned it earlier, but last game, misses the first, of course. But last game, Precious goes out, gets 6, 10, and I believe it was 4. And then 3 of those 10 rebounds were offensive boards. And he had a highlight reel dunk. The Raptors won. And, you know, the consensus was that was a hideous game from Precious, which I agree with. But, guys, he's so young and he's doing that in like a quote-unquote ugly game. We're in good hands. Love Precious Achiuwa. Wade from 3. Misses, and there's VanVleet with the rebound. So Muhammad in the chat saying Garland is better than Sexton. Great potential. Wow. Okay. I like to think that Sexton's probably a better defender than Garland is, but some high praise there from Muhammad towards Darius Garland. Some more people saying not all-star caliber. I think I'd agree with that. And then Kyle H saying, I think they will get better, but a later prime. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Overall, I mean, on paper, this Cavs team isn't that bad. I think Okoro's out tonight, but oh wow. Allen with a nice little putback. But yeah, I could see them hitting their stride a little bit later. They don't have a bad core at all. Gary Trent, nice move protecting the ball in the paint, getting the little floater layup. Oh, almost a steal for OG. Mobley naked under the basket. They're talking it out on defense. Scottie Barnes. I love it, man. Scottie Barnes is vocal. He's worked up. I mean, skill set aside. Scottie Barnes is the kind of personality you want on a team. That was kind of, I feel like, one of the big reasons the Raptors drafted him is everyone misses the mid-range. It's all right, Scottie. Keep shooting your shot, man. But yeah, his character, Okay, rough sequence for Scottie there. I'm hyping up his character and not his play on the floor. Maybe that's why, but he got caught sleeping. Mobley slips behind him, gets the alley-oop flush. But yeah, when you're dealing with a high character guy like that, I just think the Raptors were so attracted to the idea of drafting him. VanVleet fouled taking a 3 by Sexton. That was a hard foul too. He didn't make a mistake about that one. What are you arguing, Sexton? I actually hate him. I gotta say right now, it's unfair. I don't have great reasons, but I hate Colin Sexton. Oh, you're... What? Why are you even arguing that? Going out sad, man. Going out sad. Heisenberg in the chat. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping another comment here by accident. Kyle H. saying, do you think the mid-range game is less common among forwards and they push more towards rim running and slashing? I would say most of the forwards that I watch nowadays tend to try to go with the 3-and-D blueprint. Sort of like, an OG Anunoby type of player. I guess OG's developed this game now. But yeah, 3-and-D seems to be the modern blueprint for having success as a forward, especially a young forward in the NBA. Scottie Barnes, his skill set is like sort of old school tilted. He passes the ball really well. He's like a flashy playmaker, but he also is just revitalizing the mid-range. And with dominant players, I would rather see a good mid-range bag. Like these guys who are known for 3 points, like, I don't know, Damian Lillard, right? Like, I'm a big Lillard fan. I think he's kind of a superstar in his own right, but when you're, and even Trae Young to a certain extent, like, I just feel like the mid-range is the weapon that is going to punch you through in the playoffs. When you can't get a shot, like, you got to go into the mid-range and you got to hammer it. That's my opinion on it. I think that we're in really good hands with Scottie Barnes, but an unconventional skill set. Like, most forwards coming into the league, I think want to be 3-and-D guys now. But definitely Scottie Barnes, unconventional skill set, at least for the modern NBA. Owen Girard saying Raps shooting 50%. Cavs defense not effective at all. Yeah, they are punishing the Cavs right now, but we got to stay the distance here. We're up 60, so 11-point lead for the Raptors right now. We're up 67-56. Oh, that was a deep three. Who hit that? Cavaliers strike back, but the Raptors are on their way. T-Bird Brad saying refs are a 6-man for the Cavs. I haven't noticed it being too bad this game. Raptors fans, we have been abused by officials in previous years. Scottie, let's go. That's an assist. Chalk it up. I might have missed one. I don't think so, but he's at least 2 assists right now. Good stuff. Up by 10. Yeah, well, when it comes to referees, Raptors fans definitely have their backup, and I'd agree. We've gotten some pretty subpar treatment. And I said it last stream, but I think it comes from the fact that we haven't had an overwhelming amount of superstars in Toronto. So you know what? Like, superstars get the calls in the NBA. They get the benefit of the whistle. And it's been pretty rare that we've had that. But whenever we've had someone excel like a Kawhi, I haven't really noticed any discrepancy in the whistle. But sort of an accepted thing in the NBA that the superstars are somewhat coddled by the officials. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, LeBron James. But you guys already know how I like LeBron. He's the best player of all time. Doesn't have the same legacy as Jordan. I'm opening this can of worms again. I don't know why. Why'd I do this? But I'm a LeBron guy. Jenfro doing me a favor right now, asking how many assists does Barnes have? Someone can let me know in the chat. That'd be big time. T-Bird Brad saying 3. Bro, I hope you're not trolling, because if that's accurate, that part of the bet's hit, and I just need Gary to hit one more 3-pointer. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. I need this one, because I was worried that bet was going to be... Like, I knew what I was doing. It was risky betting on Gary to hit 3 3-pointers. But if this parlay hits, I'm worried that the next bet I post, someone might throw down their like life savings on it, because that's going to leave me at like 3-0 on the live stream bets. Be a good problem to have, I guess. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, the chat reminding me it's MJ, it's not close. I get that take. It's a fun debate for a reason, though, because I think LeBron... Wait, okay, Kyle H saying, if you want to anger Bron fans, just show them a pic of Shea Gill right now. And LeBron fans, he's still doing his thing. Maybe he'll get another championship. I'm starting to worry that LeBron's slowing down a bit. He had that monster dunk the other night. Who was it on? I can't remember, but I think LeBron could have another ring in his sights potentially. I don't think it's overly likely. Clearly, he's not done yet, but I don't know. I think his legacy as it stands today is still really excellent, and it's different than MJ, right? MJ got the I won't call it a luxury, but the privilege of being able to stay in a consistent environment with really good supporting cast, whereas LeBron James is like, I'm the man. I'm going to bring the championship wherever I go. And he's done that for 3 different franchises. And basically every franchise he did it for, except for the Miami Heat, he arrived to somewhat in shambles. The Cavs had Kyrie Irving, but he still had to work from virtually nothing. And then that first season that LeBron went to the Lakers, let's talk about that. That was just like a meme factory. Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, B.I. Like it was, they had a good team, but they just could not figure it out. Mustafa throwing out the other GOAT debate, Messi or Ronaldo. I don't know enough about soccer, but you guys let me know in the chat. I'm curious. People are saying Messi. All right, we're back underway here. 10-point lead for the Raptors. OG at the top of the key. Nice pass from Fred VanVleet. OG misses the 3, though. It's all right. It's a good look. OG with the rebound off of the Garland miss. Oh, Fred almost yanked that from deep. All right, Gary. Come on, Gary. Give me a 3. I'll lose my mind. Give me a 3. Give me a 3. Oh, my God. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hot in here. Gary Trent Jr., 3 3-pointers. Let's go. All right, I'm going to call my boss. I'm going to tell him I'm done working. I'm just a sports gambler now. The bets are on fire. It hits. Let's go. My God, I was nervous about this one, but this feels good. The Raptors are up big. My bets are, I believe, hit. I'm going to confirm this right now. But this is awesome. Let's just cruise to the rest of this game. I'm no longer feeling the pressure of my bet being close but not there. I'm just kicking back for virtually now the rest of the second half and just enjoying. So shouts out to anyone who rode that bet with me. We did it. Garland with the ball. Freddie VanVleet hounding him, but oh, there you go. That wasn't a foul. There we go. What just happened? On Gary? Okay. So Cleveland coming back down. That was a bit of a sloppy possession. We're getting some soccer arguments here in the chat. Hey, Tom Duke. Apparently I made him $10. Cheers, Tom. Appreciate the faith you had in the bet. And also appreciate you not putting down some ridiculous number on that, Like, this is just fun. It's just gambling, right? Like, gamble responsibly, guys. Tom Duke's got the right idea. We got to win tonight. But, it's not life-changing either way. Kyle H saying, what worries me about the Lakers is that you've lost twice to the Thunder, which they shouldn't have. They also lost to the Golden State / the Suns, but those are understandable. Yeah, and the 2 games that they lost to the Thunder, they were down by like 29 in the one game and then 19 in the other. I don't know. I don't really believe in the Lakers. I was just saying, I guess you have Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell. Sorry, I almost said Russell Wilson. What's wrong with me? You have Russ on the same team, Westbrook. So it's like, you definitely have a chance. But I agree. LeBron is not looking like the last time we saw LeBron wear a number 6 jersey. He was a lot different, right? Let's be real about that. This might be the season LBJ slows down a bit. Maybe not. VanVleet fouled, but I don't know. I'm just saying, as it stands today, LeBron's legacy is great, even if you weren't to touch it anymore. But the Lakers are kind of funky. I don't know what's going on. Hayden Lee saying Raps going deep into the playoffs this year. Trust me, they look like a team that's built for it. I mean, the one thing is like you don't have that distinguished guy where it's like he needs to be shooting that last shot. A lot of people would say that's a disadvantage. I'm sure Nick Nurse will find a way to work it into his strength. But we'll see, man. They definitely have that potential now, which a lot of people didn't even think they were going to be in the playoffs. They could be a top 4 seed. Ben and Riker look crazy for saying it, but it's being spoken into a reality right now. Chetty Osman knocks down the 3. We're up by 7 points now. Or 8. My apologies. Oh, no, 7 points. My math is just terrible. But yeah, Raps still leading. We got 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. OG Anunoby in the paint. Goes for the mid-range shot. Just misses. OG Anunoby's step back is something that I'm starting to see a lot more. He gets nice and low, wide base. Oh, Khem Birch with the block out of the 3-point line. That's something I wanted to see more of Khem Birch, is some blocks. Gets one out of the 3-point line. You wouldn't expect to see that. Great closeout by Khem. Montreal's finest. T-Bird Brad saying you're behind 5 seconds or so. Yeah, I don't know how that is. I'm watching cable, but you're right. Like, I'll be streaming with Ben sometimes, and he'll be on cable as well. And yeah, I'll be a little bit behind him. Don't understand how this happens. I got to contact my cable provider. I'm on Rogers. I don't know. I'm 5 seconds behind here, but you guys get a little bit of a delayed reaction. Mobley, that was a nice little mid-range by Mobley. Mobley was used as like a point center on the Sun Devils. He was really, really good. I'm standing by what I said. We got to rehash this argument maybe a little bit because I'm just curious what you guys are thinking. If the Raptors had the 3rd overall pick, did they draft Mobley, or do you think they genuinely knew Barnes was going to be this guy? It's definitely an interesting topic. Bueno Kitty saying, hey, that block was straight out of Boucher's bag. Montreal boys, man. Montreal boys. That was Boucher-esque, though. Great stuff from Khem Birch. Predator Kingdom saying Chem Kong. That's a funny nickname. David pointing out that Osman is scoring so many threes. Yeah, I've always liked him. He's been on the Cavs now for a long time, it feels like. He's a good player. Good player. Nothing too special, but I feel like if a contender picked him up and to kind of put him in the right role, he'd get rotation minutes. Yeah, Chetty Osman's legit. He's playing good tonight. Definitely jacking up the threes. I think he's made at least 4. Yeah, T-Bird Brad agreeing that the Raptors most likely would have taken Mobley. So the one saying, I hope Siakam comes back. I hope Siakam comes back. Stars dropping 25 every game. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Believe me, if Siakam integrating is like an issue, it's a good issue to have. You'd rather have him in your lineup. Who knows how that'll pan out? I'm waiting for Siakam to come back because once he's there, it's like you can be so positionless. I mean, it's just insane. And then Yuta Watanabe will probably get some minutes too, and he's a pretty positionless player. Hustle defender, shoots threes. This team is just built so uniquely, but it's really just tailored to what we think the modern NBA is, right? It's a transition, 3-point shooting, defensive-oriented team. And everyone's big, everyone's long. Malachi Flynn and Fred VanVleet are smaller, but those two guys are like renowned defenders, right? So they make up for it in other ways. I just keep raving about this roster. I sound like a broken record, but man, whoever was saying that this group could have a chance to go on and make a deep playoff push, you're definitely right. I think this is bigger than just the regular season. Just back to that Siakam query though. With Siakam back in the lineup, like let's say he goes back to averaging, like 20-something points, like let's just say 20, playing pretty standard Siakam ball. Who does take our last shot? I want to say maybe Gary Trent Jr. I know that's a hot take, maybe not a hot take to some of you who agree, but I feel like he's the most natural shooter. Fred VanVleet's great too, but the height thing is a bit of a concern. I love Gary's ability to just pull up from really anywhere on the court and get a decent shot off. I think he's like the most pure offense player we have. Well, until Scottie Barnes gets there at least. But Scottie Barnes is a whole lot in his bag, that's for sure. Gary from 3 gets fouled though. All right, he's going to be shooting 3 at the free throw line. Raptors currently up by 5 points. Hopefully it'll be 8 after Gary's trip to the stripe. Finley Wagner saying, bro, not going to lie, the lineup we have now is really good. We could maybe even trade Siakam since we have so many developing players and could get good draft picks or players for him. You're not wrong. I bet you the Raptors have had some tempting trade offers before that a lot of people in the fan base would have pulled the trigger on for Siakam, but I think that it's tough. And I'm just going to say it. I think that Masai is like a big time father figure to Pascal. Like I think there's like family love there between Pascal and Masai. So, and especially after the DeRozan situation where you sent him away when you said you wouldn't trade him, I think that Masai is just a lot more careful about the sentiment of his transactions now, that unless it was just a clear evident win for the Raptors, I'm pretty sure they'd be keeping Siakam. But it's weird though, like Nick Nurse has talked about it before. Siakam is like the ultimate guy that they want other players to develop into, right? Like he can pass the ball, he rebounds, runs the floor, shoots the 3, has an in-between game, you know, was the second leading scorer on a championship team. Like he is sort of the image that we've built our team around. So to get rid of him, right, like I don't think they're dying to do it. I definitely don't, but are there trades out there that would be worth it? Yeah, but I think Masai also has that extra sentimental thing. He looks at Pascal like a son. I honestly think so. That's from knowing the background story of those two to seeing them interact on the day-to-day, the comments. That's where I'm at with it. But who knows, man? I'm sure that the fan base could see some of the trade offers that have come in for Pascal before. You'd be pretty blown away. And I've heard also that the trade offers we were getting for the 4th overall pick this year were wild. Bobby Webster talked about it a little bit. They really had to just look through the organization and kind of come to firm footing on how they felt about every single player in their organization. Because when you have the 4th overall pick, you know, you're getting offered everything by everyone. Well, everything is hyperbole, but they got an array of very tempting offers. So I think it helped the Raptors just kind of decide, you know, how they felt about their own cast. Interesting situation. Definitely just a big, hold on. Terry Black saying 6 steals for Gary Trent Jr. Man. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Shouts out Gary. This guy might be going right for the decoy. Marcel Martin was talking about it earlier. Damn. That is impressive. Gary Trent, he's got an all-around game. I love him. I love him. That's the guy who I would want taking the final shot. I'm a die on that point. Kyle H. asking, would a trade dialogue between the Raptors and Cavs make sense? Main pieces involving Goran and a high trade target, maybe Siakam. A Pascal Siakam is honestly what they're missing on that team. I mean, Okoro's out tonight who plays the same. They caught Chetty Osman there. That was a travel. But yeah, I think Siakam would be like a piece that they'd look at. If you could do like Siakam for like Jared, but then Jared Allen's contract isn't the best. I don't know. Maybe you could talk me into like a Siakam for Jared Allen and a ton of other considerations in the mix. Maybe. I'm not even saying I'd do it, but maybe Gary Trent with a nice mid-range. That's clockwork. But that is like I think those two trade partners, you might be onto something. They could help each other out asset-wise, but the Raptors love their group. I don't think they're in a hurry to do anything drastic yet. Missed 3 by Rubio. Delano Banton with the board, bringing it up the court. Was that charge? Yeah, okay. Banton charges on Rubio, I believe. Yeah, it's going back the other way. Got 115 people in here right now. Shouts out the live viewers. Each and every one of you guys is appreciated. Got a fun show tonight. The Raptors are winning. The bets have already hit, man. 3 straight games. Let's hope the Raptors make it a 6th straight W. Brian Sill in the chat saying, I agree with GTJ taking the last shot. Good call. Yeah, no, I agree too. Appreciate the love. I think that is the move at this point. Paradise Lost saying we need to trade Boucher. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we keep having success like this, I wouldn't be like in a crazy rush to, but I would only really do it if you can turn him into, if you can get a return that's also a center or a front court piece. I mean, Boucher's the tallest guy on our roster, right? It's weird. Height's a strength and a weakness for us because the I guess you could say the floor on our height is very high, but the ceiling is like low. We don't have any 7-footers. Everyone's like 6'7" to 6'9" or somewhere in between. The closest guy you get to touching 7 feet is Chris Boucher, and he's even down by about 2 inches or so. I don't know. I wouldn't be in a rush to trade Chris. I think he'll figure it out. He's a really good player. But I get why people are calling for it to happen. And if the right trade rolls in, then so be it. I think we can live with it at this point. But another Canadian on the roster, I'm pretty sure he's off the books this year. So I don't think the Raptors would re-sign him anyways. That'd probably be another factor that would make him an increasingly likely target to be traded. Yeah, some more people here agreeing. The one saying, Josh, if Barnes gets one more assist, bet 365 might start getting suspicious. Okay, hold on for a sec. Did I already hit my bet? I think I did. I think it was T-Bird Brad that said, I think he said he had 3. I gotta go verify this myself. Hold on for a second now. All right, let's see. Barnes, he's got 3 assists. We're good, man. We have hits. If there's a time to get suspicious, bet 365, it's right now. It's right now. We're on a winning streak with the bets. Please, for future reference, do not put large lump sums of money on this, right? I mean, everyone bet within your means, but I'm not giving financial advice here. We're just having fun on the live. Appreciate anyone that's shown confidence, though. T-Bird Brad saying that Utah's 6'10". That makes sense. I still think Chris is our tallest player on paper when I was looking at the roster that was submitted preseason. Barnes with the ball. Passes it out. Banton from 3. That shot looked good. He doesn't have a ton of arc on his three-pointer, but he's been hitting it at an okay rate, especially from half court. All right, Banton squaring him up. Squaring up Mobley. 2 rookies. Not the rookie matchup we expected to see, but gets the bucket, man. Nice. You just love to see that. That was straight flames. Believe it or not, I do actually have a cold animation here, but when we're on a potential 6-game win streak, I just don't break it out that often. I got to watch what I'm saying, though. It's a close game. The Raptors are only up by 6. Third quarter's almost done here. Let's pray that we close it out on point. Kyle H saying that arc can be changed. It's still only early. Definitely. And the Raptors are certified shot doctors. So they'll get to the bottom of whatever's going to make him more consistent. But they always talk about longer, taller players struggling to shoot the 3. Maybe there is some mechanics issues there, but clearly already not even that bad. Like, he's serviceable from 3. Fred from half court hits the top of the backboard. Whenever Fred shoots a ball, I know there's a chance. Gets me a little bit more excited than it should. Maddie Maru saying, we need a big fourth quarter from Scottie. That'd be awesome. I mean, 6 points is not a comfortable lead. Two possession game. We were pulling away from the Cavs for a while there. One thing I really credited the Raptors with over this past win streak is when they've got the lead, they've done a good job of maintaining it. Yes, there's been points where it gets close again. Like right now, you're at a 2-shot deficit. Technically, they were to hit 2 threes, 6 points. 6-point lead that we have on the Cavs. So yeah, we still got the lead. I'm not too worried. The Raptors have been really good about playing with the lead. I'm knocking on wood again. I'm superstitious like that. I think we'll pull this one out. I hope so. The Raptors have certainly played well and deserve to get this win, but wild things happen in sports. Scottie Barnes going out and having a great fourth quarter would really help seal the deal, though. Genfro kind of just echoing what I said. Yeah, he said, this looks like one of those bend but don't break games. I see the Raps pulling this one off. Let's keep manifesting that, man. I think they will. I want 6 straight. And I don't like the Cavs. I don't like them. And it all comes back to Colin Sexton. There's just some weird hate that I have for him, but gotta put respect on his name as a player. Yeah, Matty Maru also reminding everyone here that he wants Scottie to win his matchup with Mobley. I mean, beyond just getting the win, it would be nice to see Scottie have a much better stat line than Evan Mobley. They've looked really good, both of them tonight. We're just used to already star performances from Scottie, but in the first half, he was unstoppable in the mid-range. It's rare that a player goes and squares up someone, and I tend to get nervous, right? I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? But when there's a star player, like when Kawhi was in Toronto, I just get excited when they start squaring someone up for an offensive look. It's starting to get that same way with Scottie, so the fans can feel the star energy around this kid. Hopefully it shows up in the fourth. Ismail Mustafa saying, I feel like Scottie doesn't get the ball much. You know what? I mean, for a rookie on a really good team, I think he gets it probably like a fair amount. But you're right. Relative to like if he was on Orlando, I think Orlando would be using him majority of plays, running their offense through him. But I kind of prefer this approach of not handing him everything right away. We're helping build him up. He gets the luxury of being on a good team with teammates that'll pass to him, defend with him. I think it's just right at the moment, but if he continues to expand his offensive bag, then I think Nick Nurse won't keep the ball away from him. That's for sure. Mobley fouled, almost gets the nice dunk. $112 live viewers right now. Shouts out to everyone in the chat. It's much appreciated. We got a game on our hands right now. Mobley is shooting 2 free throws. If he hits these, then it's a 4-point deficit for Cleveland. Not what you like to see. Hopefully the Raps can pull ahead. And like we've been saying, Scottie Barnes, he'd be the right guy to lead the charge here. Fanfiction Pop-Tart saying, why are the Nets only 2 points over the Pistons? Is that game live right now? It must be because of both Eastern Conference. I don't know. I don't have the scoreboard up right now, but that's weird to see the Nets playing a close game with the Pistons. I wonder if Cade Cunningham's starting to figure it out. Like I said, he was 0 of 14 from 3. He also had summer league games where he was like 7 of 9. I think Cade Cunningham's going to be a player, but had some trouble so far figuring it out. Not everyone's Scottie Barnes, and you come into the league already a star. Predator Kingdom saying Cade a bust. I mean, he hasn't looked great so far, but I think Cade will be fine. I think he'll be getting triple doubles in the NBA one day. He'll be doing his thing. I think in hindsight, Scottie Barnes might have been the guy that should have gone first. That take looks less and less hot these days, right? People are kind of recognizing the game. Fred VanVleet with just an unreal paint finish there. Landed on his back, but gets the bucket. That's an important bucket for the Raptors right now. Good job, Scottie, getting around that pick. Oh, Svi. I love him, man. He gets low when he plays defense. He's a big guy, too. This is good defensive energy from the Raptors. And a big rebound by Svi. That was a great defensive possession, from closeouts to protecting the paint to getting up and getting the rebound. Awesome stuff. Goes out of bounds at the other end, but it's still Raptors ball. Motez saying, I feel like OG should be closing games, to be honest. He's starting to look elite offensively. You know what? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Definitely not opposed to it. I just feel like if, to use the Max Kellerman analogy, the Martians have the death beam pointed at the earth and only one Raptor gets the shot to win the game. Who shoots the ball? Max Kellerman would say Iguodala, but for the Raptors roster, I'm going to go ahead and say it's got to be Gary Trent. I'm going to stick to that point. I just feel like he's the most raw, natural offensive guy. Like, we've had to build OG into this offensive threat, right? Like, it wasn't natural for him. And I'm not saying it's precluding him from being a star. Like, we're seeing him play like a star right now. I just feel like I want the guy who's got the knack for just shooting the ball, getting a bucket, and that's Gary. But you know what? I'm not opposed to either guy. We have multiple players who could take the shot, which I think some people might argue would be like a disadvantage in playoffs. You got to have like an established the dude. But I'm not too worried about it. I think that we're just lucky to have this many bucket getters on one team, and everyone's a defender. So Sexton hits the 3. That's unfortunate. That one stings a little extra. I've been trashing him all game. Khem with the floater. Let's go, Khem. Right on. That was a nice find by OG as well. Terry Black pointing it out as well. Great assist by OG. And the dead Sexton. OG definitely deserves MIP this year. I'd be curious to see if there's an MIP ladder already being released. I think it's pretty early for that, but you need to assume he's on there. Is that loose ball foul on Scottie? I saw him limp there for 1 second. Is he all right? Oh, he's limping. Pray for Scottie, everyone. All right, hopefully he's okay. But Scottie Barnes got fouled. Svi Mikhailuk coming out of the game. Fred VanVleet. Oh, man. Colin Sexton is a dog defender. Oh, nice rebound by Khem. Really important rebound. OG. Let's go. That's a huge bucket. OG Anunoby from 3. That starts with Khem Birch getting that rebound, though. Garland getting a lucky bounce at the other end, gets the bucket, but Raptors up by 6. Malachi Flynn on the court. Just things you love to see. Hopefully he can be a big difference maker for the Raptors right now. Fred in the mid-range. Misses, but OG with the offensive rebound. Scottie. Misses the first, gets his own board. Misses the second. Oh, but gets the ball. Oh my God, Scottie. Just persistence. He wasn't taking no for an answer. Scottie with the huge bucket for Toronto. We're up by 8. Oh, Garland with the open 3. You can tell by my face. Oh boy. Raptors up by 5. Fanfiction Pop-Tart saying 3rd time's the charm. That sums up that possession there. That was, they got it done. They got it done. Credit to the Raptors for crashing the boards, not giving up on the play, and ultimately getting rewarded with the bucket. Khem Birch for 3. Just misses. All right, so Cavs are coming back down right now. This game is getting scary close, guys. Drop your updated score predictions in the chat. Curious to hear what you guys are thinking, but hoping the Raptors can stay hot here and do something. Oh, wow. Garland's coming to life at the moment. And one for him. Malachi Flynn with the foul. Oh, boy. Alex Lee pointing out, love how hyped Birch was for that. Birch was jacked up for that Scottie Barnes basket. He wants it bad. You can tell with the way he's crashing the glass. And yeah, that steal by Malachi. He's pesky, man. Pesky defender. I say it all the time. Former depoy in the Mountain West Division. Shouts out Malachi Flynn. He's a baller. All right, Raps. We're up by 2. 7:15 left right now in the 4th quarter. This is getting intense. Kyle H saying Scottie Barnes, the beast from the East. I wonder what kind of nickname he'll end up having as a player, but OG with a hand in his face, man. That's about as big of a bucket as you can get. OG Anunoby. That's just straight flames. Keep it cooking, boys. Keep it cooking. We need this. Sexton misses. You just love to see it. Are you okay? All right. For a second, I thought we were going to get called on the loose ball foul there with Jared Allen going out of bounds. That would have been a bit of a backbreaker for the Raptors. Is it getting called? They're changing the call. Oh, man. What happened here? That's like a debatable call. I would pray that in the playoffs they don't call something like that. They called it now. I don't know. I can't really disagree. It's an okay call, but untimely for the Raps. You're up by 5 points, but they're going to have the ball again. Cleveland will in the offensive zone. Jenfro saying OG is the leader. I mean, he's leading with his play right now, hitting important shots, being all over the court. I'm curious. I got to read out some stat lines right now. I'm going to pull up the stats on my phone. So OG Anunoby with 20 points at the moment. He's got 3 rebounds, 5 assists. VanVleet, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Precious, he's got 5 and 8. Gary Trent, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And Scottie Barnes with 12, 7, and 4. Pretty complete game from the Rook right now. Hopefully this keeps up, man. We need to close out this fourth quarter. I'm scared. I'm scared. Prayers up for the Raptors, but you know what? What am I saying? We're all right. We're all right. I'm sweating for no reason. You know, the bets have hit. The Raptors, they're going to be okay. But this is what makes sports fun. These nervous moments here. I remember like being younger watching the Raptors, my heartbeat got to like some concerning rates sometimes when we were in a tight game, really, really deep into it. I was like, I think I'm at like risk of a heart attack right now. I need to calm down. I got worked up, but nowadays I just sit back and enjoy the game. I got the chat here with me, man. You guys are the best. We got 120 people watching right now. Shouts out the Raptors faithful. You guys are honestly making this. Sal Y calling me the betting goat. Appreciate you, Sal. Hopefully you rode tonight. Oh, he won money again. He did. I got to remind Sal right now. You know what, dude? Like, appreciate you betting. Love when people tail the bets, but just make sure that you're doing this responsibly, because I really would feel terrible being responsible for any big loss of money out there. Just have fun with it, you know? Have fun with it. These give us a storyline to talk about on the live streams, and of course a little bit of extra money. Who wouldn't love that? But just bet responsibly, Sal. Appreciate the shouts out, man. Motez saying OG's a young Kawhi. We keep hearing that comparison more and more, and I always kind of wrote it off as, okay, any player who's like 6'8" and plays good defense and like can hit a 3 every once in a while gets the Kawhi comparison. But no, OG actually earns it. And I didn't really see it, honestly, fully until this season. Now he's starting to look like he'll take step backs. He'll work in the mid-range. He attacks the rim a little bit more viciously. The defense has always been comparable, but offensively, I'm finally starting to believe this. I've been an OG offensive critic before, but he's putting those critics to silence right now. That was a great contest by Khem Birch there. Doesn't matter, though. Sexton gets the ball, puts it back. I hate this guy so much. I hate Colin Sexton. Fred VanVleet. Oh, wow. Ugly air ball in the mid-range. That's a rare one for Fred. We're up by 3 points right now with 6 minutes roughly left in the fourth. Need a big defensive stop. Wow. Wade with a nice bucket on Scottie. Up by 1. Man. Whew. All right, Scottie, do something, man. Turn on the Star Jets right now. I should be talking right now, but I'm just like locked in, speechless on this game. Fred from 3 hits it. Oh my God, Fred VanVleet. Big bucket, huge bucket. That's our leader. That's our guy. Freddie V putting us up by 4 points right now at a very crucial point in the game. We got to get locked in defensively at the moment. How is that not a foul? You're calling every time we touch a Cavs player, but you're not going to call that? That's garbage. And I defended the refs this game. I said, us as Raptors fans always have our backup. You kidding me? If you're going to call that foul on Jared Allen, you got to call that one on Fred VanVleet. That's annoying. Terry Black. I think he hit his bet. Shouts out Terry Black, man. He hit on the Raptors game tonight too. Now all we need is a win to just feel amazing about this one. Jump ball. All right, clearly I can't hear the commentators, so I'm confused to logistically what's going on right now. But Gary Trent and Garland going up for a jump ball. Cavs retain possession. Garland with the ball. Gary Trent's guarding him. Give it to him, Gary. Give it to him. Go for 7 steals right now. Wow, great defense by Khem Birch. Getting right into Jared Allen. Oh! Oh! OG Anunoby. Stretching out to the 3-point line and getting a crucial block. And crucial is an understatement. Leaving 3 seconds left on the shot clock. OG Anunoby, get that garbage out of here. Big play. Big play by another one of our leaders. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Birch right now. Oh my God. I'm going to be sick. That did not just happen. Man, chat, what are you saying right now, chat? Oh. What? That was so unlucky. Khem Birch just plays lights out defense, and they just jack up a lucky bank 3 like that. That's some garbage, but Raptors are still up by 1. Let's pray that this continues. I'm just beside myself after that play. Khem Birch does all the right things. Jared Allen, not a 3-point shooter. Really pressed to get that shot up with the shot clock and gets lucky and hits it. Like I said, Raps up by 1 right now. We got 4:22 left in the fourth quarter. Fred VanVleet walking over the bench there. Yeah, we have a timeout. Guys, this is getting real. I'm sweating. This is a scary game. We just got to hope for the best here. Right now, let me know if anyone else in the game right now has some bets. I want to hear them for sure. We've gotten really lucky with the bets tonight. Oh, man. This is just spooky season, guys. Thought October was done. Marcel asking, are we letting this one go? No, we're not. Everyone, throw your kazoo out the window. We're a legitimate playoff team. We should take it to the Cavs right now. I'm not worried about it. We're up by a point. Let's keep the good vibes rolling. Let's get this W. I've been complimenting the Raptors' ability to play with the lead. So, hoping that reappears right now and we can extend this thing and just hold on to the end of the game. Get out with a home W. Like I said, we're 2-3 at home, so getting to 3-3 while remaining undefeated on the road would be really nice. Just a win, any way you put it, is always good. They all matter in the end. Let's go, Raps. Tony Aguilar saying second half Cavs looking great. They look good, man. They look good. On paper, I think they're a really good team. And then in person, or I guess on the court, I think they're starting to figure it out. They have some star power, even though it's not like high-end star power. They've got a pretty decent roster. So once everything starts meshing, I think that they'll be a pretty decent team. But no excuses for the Raptors right now. You had a lead. You are the better team. Go out there and close out the fourth. And that was a very lucky shot. Like T-Bird Brad saying they look lucky. It was a lucky shot by Jared Allen. Otherwise, we would still have a 4-point lead. Oh, God. Or I guess 5-point lead. We need our big guys to step up. This is a nail-biter of a game. 123 people watching right now. Fired up to have everyone in here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm sure we are all collectively sweating buckets right now watching this. But see what the Raptors can get up to. There's not much time left in the game. 4:22 to be specific. We need something big here. Yeah, the refs haven't really been helping out here in the fourth quarter. I'll admit that. I'm normally the leave the refs alone guy. Like, you know what? They're not controlling that much. At the end of the day, control your own fate. Oh, that wasn't... Did they take that back from Fred? Okay, so Fred had his foot on the line for a three-pointer. So, yeah, it's tie game now. Oh, Fred with the miss. Oh. Colin, Sexton dribbling. He wants to ISO Fred here. I know. Allen coming to set the pick. Misses the layup. Good defense. Oh my God. This is like... This can't be good for my heart. Oh, Gary! Let's go! Huge bucket. Clutch layup. This guy does everything. He's been the story of the game for the Raptors so far, in my opinion. Let's hope we can win this. Oh my God. Okay, Sexton misses the three. That's huge. Raptors are coming back down with a 2-point lead. OG squaring him up. Squaring him up. Khem with the floater. Gets the offensive board, though, to Scottie. Did Mobley just dunk it on his own net? Man, I'll take it. I'll take it. Weird play there, but the Raptors up by 4. Let's hold on to this thing. Sexton at the top again. Gary Trent guarding him. Oh, nice! Fred VanVleet with the steal. Gets the layup. Oh! Okay, that's a loose ball foul. Oh my God. There is, for anyone watching right now, I'm sure your brain's just blowing up with what's going on there. Fred VanVleet, I prematurely said gets the layup. Misses a transition layup or kind of gets blocked. Something of that sort. I can't get the replay right now, but doesn't get the basket. Goes out to OG. Jacks up the 3. Good shot, but just misses it. Scottie Barnes flies in, but gets knocked out of bounds by someone. So we're here with the ball again. Scottie's at the top of the key. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what we got. Up by 4 points. Scottie squaring up Mobley. The battle of the rookies. Oh, Scottie with the rebound again. Man, Scottie's got those Kawhi hands. He just clamps the ball. The Claw 2.0. Yeah, this is getting crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the chat quite enough right now. This game has me fully captivated here. Wow, he just yanked that ball and Jared Allen went sideways trying to hold on to it. Terry Black saying the choke slam in the chat. Brian, sorry, I'm just seeing this now. Josh, my 4-year-old needs to use... Eric, shouts out, man. I know you're watching right now. Big love to Eric. Big Raptors fan, I'm sure, just like me, just like everyone in this chat right now. We're going to go get this W for you tonight. Appreciate you watching. Two-point game. 2 minutes left. Whoo! Chad B, sorry, I can't expand the box score at the moment. I'm probably going to break my OBS trying to do it, but I'll read it out loud to you right now. 96-98. The Raptors are leading. OG and Anunoby from 3. Make that 101-96. Huge bucket for OG. He's been clutch. Him and Gary, man, they've been team on their back recently. Oh, and Chetty misses a 3. Okay, Khem Birch is all over the place too. This is a circus of a... Misses the layup, Chetty! Okay. We're getting bailed out a little bit here, but that's okay, because I felt like we were getting some tough bounces early here. Oh, Nick Nurse is irate. Everyone's just flailing all over the place, gripping the ball too tightly. It is the clutch right now. What was the foul there? All right. Cavs are inbounding the ball right now. Matty Muru saying Scottie Barnes looking like Ronda Rousey out there. Yeah, he's feisty. Jared Allen with the flush. 3-point lead for the Raptors. Let's not get too comfortable here. Got to close out this game. Yeah, Chad B, I'll make sure I get that set up next game so it's more visible for watchers on their phone. OG misses the mid-range look. We're under a minute here with a 3-point lead. Let's make sure we guard that arc. Play tough defense here. Oh, Allen with the bucket. 101 to 100. The Cavs will get the ball back. See what the Raptors can do here. You really need to score here. Fred. All right. So 24.8 on the clock. Scottie Barnes almost got the rebound off of a pretty bad miss by VanVleet. Oh, it's hard to blame him for taking that shot. I did kind of wish that he'd pull out and find a more clear look. Like, he was taking it off the dribble pretty quickly, but it's one of those ones that if it goes in, no one questions it, and you're just happy that Fred VanVleet's the shooter that he is. So I'm not going to harp on it too much, but bad miss for Fred. Scottie Barnes gets the ball on the baseline, but kind of slides out of bounds with it as he gets it. 24 on the clock. They're going to get the last shot of the game. So, jeez. This is a roller coaster. No problem, Eric. Wick's son saying refs got money on the Cavs. Probably. Like, what is going on right now? It's a little lopsided, guys. But the Raptors can't excuse themselves. You know, they had a lead. They let Cleveland creep back in. They're the better team. They're at home. Figure it out, Toronto. We got to get this W. I'm getting impatient. But we still have the lead. Let's pray that we turn on the clamps here because we're a defensive team. Like, really show out. And then if you get a strip or a turnover, whatever it is, go get a basket quickly. Some insurance would feel great. I'm about to have a heart attack watching this game. That's another good point. There are no fouls to give. So a foul here would be just terrible to the Raptors' chances of winning this game. So you got to play tough defense without fouling here. Looks like the Cavs will probably, you might get a second with the ball back, but Gary Trent guarding. Oh. Gary! Okay, Gary with the great steal, but it's out off of Toronto again. Man, Gary is just next level defense. Okay, let's see. Was there any chance that... Yeah, I don't think that went off Mobley personally, but... Great defense by Trent. Credit to him trying to go after the ball even when you don't have a foul to give. Does it clean. Almost gets the steal. Oh, that would have been nice. He had a game-winning steal before, right? So we're used to him turning on the defensive energy late in the game. It's against Orlando when we won that game. Oh, come on. Double dribble. Let's go. God bless the refs, man. God bless the refs. I love them. Oh, I hate you, Colin Sexton. But I love you right now because you just double dribbled and gave my Raptors the ball back. Let's go. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that a jump ball? Okay, clearly I don't even know the rules of basketball here, but Cavs with the ball back. I spoke too soon. Let's hope this does not bite me. I got no words. Garland fouled. Yeah, OG kind of tripped him there. So he's going to go shoot two. See what happens here. You will have the ball back with 4.8 seconds left if you're the Raptors. So long as you go get the rebound. Whew. Man, this is getting too close. It's been too close for comfort, right? It's been too close for comfort. They're going to review it. Marcel Martin throwing out another super chat right now. getting in on this big moment for the Raptors, saying this is an amazing game to give the home crowd. Definitely, right? But it's not done yet. I'm praying the Raptors hold on to this. It's getting intense right now. I spoke too soon. I was absolutely just giving it to Sexton, and next thing you know, it's a jump ball when I thought he double dribbled. They're reviewing what just happened. I'm pretty sure OG did trip him. We'll see. Again, another replay here. It's really not so bad. I mean, he kind of moves the leg out of the way at the last moment. No, I think that foul was going to stand. Unfortunately. But don't blame him for trying. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's shooting too. Whew. All right, this is getting... I mean, I've been saying this is crazy. So, Raptors up by 1. It's 101-100. I don't know why I'm repeating this, but just for anyone who can't see the score, doesn't know the time left in the game, Cleveland's about to shoot 2 free throws. Darius Garland, 4.8 seconds left in the fourth. So if one of these misses or either way we get the ball back, we'll have an opportunity to score again. Come on. Miss, Garland. Miss. Oh. Whew. Miss it, please. He hits both. So the Raptors are going to have 4.8 seconds to go and try to get a basket. We got a chance to win it. And you just got to hope we do, because this is the first time I believe the Cavs have led tonight. So I credited the Raptors last game for playing with the lead, doing a great job of it, but tonight we let up. I wanted to improve our home record. It's at 2-3 right now. We're undefeated on the road. I really wanted to get back to 500 at home. But you know what? The Raptors let off the gas. Hopefully they have a little bit left in the tank to go get one last bucket to end this thing. That would be feel-good vibes all around. We already hit our bet if you're looking up at the top left, and you can see that. That feels great. Shouts out Terry Black in the chat. He hit his bet tonight as well. Anybody who tailed me obviously cashed out too. So good vibes, but love to see a Raptors win ultimately. Felt like it was a pretty sure thing. I'm not going to lie. I felt pretty comfortable earlier in the game, but it has gotten very, very, very ugly, and they're up by 1 right now. 4.8 seconds. Let's see what Nick Nurse has up his sleeve. And we're talking about who gets to take the last shot. Guess we're going to see tonight what the answer is. I say Gary Trent was probably a guy that gets his last shot. But you got multiple guys on the court right now who I think I'd be okay with taking it. This team is all about whoever has the best look at the net. Or the basket. I do the Leafs Digest too. Bringing the hockey into this by accident. But we got 156 live viewers. This is intense. We're all praying together, man. Let's see what happens. Scottie Barnes inbounding the ball. Misses. I apologize. I should have given a better live reaction to that. Misses the opportunity. Almost got the putback there from Barnes. Clearly did not. We've lost by 1 point. This game sucks. You know what? There's a ton of positives you could bring out of this, but just genuine Raptor flinch reaction here. This is... you can hear the pain in my voice. This is tough. OG Anunoby dribbled down, being guarded by Jarrett Allen, gets up a decent shot in the mid-range, and then, like I said, Scottie Barnes had one whack at it for the putback, wasn't quite strong enough, and then the second whack, it went, but very clearly after the buzzer. Oh, man. 165 people in here right now. I know every single one of you is probably feeling it at the moment, just like I am. Man, this is tough to accept. The Cavs. I hate the Cavs. I hate Colin, Sexton, and now I hate Darius Garland. This is a tough pill to swallow, guys. But I know we're all in the same boat here. Let's not get too down on the team. They're 6-4 now. The home record can definitely improve. I credited them last game with playing with the lead. They've been really good about it this season, but evidently the fourth quarter tonight they have let up. This is tough. Keep those kazoos away, folks. This is going to be fine. It's just a bump in the road of an 82-game season. You know what? The Raptors, like I said, a lot of positives tonight. OG Anunoby drops 23. Gary Trent Jr., I mean, just an all-around effort from him tonight. 17, 2-1, but 6 steals and 2 blocks. Like, this guy, he's playing out of his mind. Someone put, I think it was Marcel, said Depoy earlier this game. Just seemed like, unrealistic, out-of-pocket comment, but maybe. Like, definitely all defensive in the NBA now. This is getting crazy. Gary Trent Jr. playing out of his mind. Barnes, 14, 9-4. Really impressive game for the rookie. His efficiency isn't quite what it normally is, but an amazing first half for him tonight. And then I can't forget about Fred VanVleet dropping 18, 6 and 6. He played pretty good. I wasn't big on that shot that he jacked up late there in transition when we could have really used a bucket and used some clock. But it is what it is. You live and die by your shooter. And tonight we died, unfortunately. But hey, that's all right. Ben and Riker are going to have a lively post game for you. Tell Ben to keep the kazoo out of this. 6-4 is still a solid record, even though I'm really pissed that we lost to the Cavs. But you know what? Winning heals all. I'm sure we'll get right back to winning where we were before. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning into the live stream again. This has been awesome. Like I said, definitely tune into Ben and Riker's show after this. I'll be dropping a game recap with my 5 takeaways tomorrow. Much appreciated, guys. These live streams are always a lot of fun. We hit another bet, so I guess one win streak continues, but shouts out the Raptors. Obviously, that's our team, man. They'll bounce back. I'm not worried, but tonight was tough to accept, and I will